What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today on a Monday. Really busy weekend, so I'm just kind of taking the day to chill out and sort some of the stuff that I picked up for my value boxes. I had two card shows from two different states over the weekend, so hustling all around the Midwest here. I did pick up one thing over the weekend that I wanted to show off in today's video all alone. And then I have a card show recap and then some Cabrera pickups. I have a lot of Cabrera pickups. The stack's like this big now. So those will be my videos this week. It is Veterans Day, so I want to thank everybody who has served and your sacrifice and your commitment to our country. Very much appreciated. Always got to make sure I express my gratitude, especially on a day like today. So this is what I picked up over the weekend. This is for me, for my collection, and it's a pretty unique piece. So I thought that it deserved a little individual attention, but it is a game-used batting lineup card from a Tigers Angels game in 2011. You can see it's got the MLB, it's got the MLB cert up there, and it's got the MLB authentic sticker somewhere down here in this bottom right corner. Really awesome. I'll talk a little bit about it. So what kind of drew me to it is I was in a card shop with Sean stealing second over the weekend because I was setting up at a show that he was also at. He took me over to this card shop. The owner, pretty nice guy. I didn't get to talk to him too much, but he seemed pretty chill. We kind of talked about the history of this lineup card, and I saw it because Sean actually made a joke, and if he didn't make this joke, I don't know if I would have seen this or not, but there was like some first off the line boxes, and he was like joking that I should open up one of the NT boxes, but behind the NT boxes was this lineup card, and I saw the Tigers logo down here, and I thought, okay, wow, that's something that you don't really see every day. So you can see Cabrera is listed there. He hit a home run in this game, actually. It was career home run number 269 off of Joel Pinheiro, who started the game for the Angels that day. That's a pretty cool thing right there. If Cabrera had not hit that home run, I don't know if I would have picked this up. One of the things that adds to the value of it, or at least added to the price that I paid, is you can see down here on the bench, there is this Trout guy who is listed as the available position players. Now, he did not get into the game. If you look at this, it's 2011, so this is before Trout was what he is today. By any stretch of the imagination, this was during a pretty rough 2011 when he first got called up to the majors. This was about 2 weeks after that, I want to say. So Trout was not a regular everyday player. They still had Peter Borges, who was a really outstanding defensive center fielder at the time, who was their starter. But Trout would come in off the bench sometimes, or he would get some starts. But then the next year, of course, he would kind of transcend into superstardom. So this has a few little interesting things about it besides the Trout and Cabrera aspect. Number one, I believe this is the final game that Victor Martinez ever caught in the major leagues. You can see right there, he's penciled in at number 5. So he has the 2 next to his position. Basically, he got into a big disagreement with Brad Penny, and I know that he never caught for him again after this because they were not on very good terms. I'm not really sure otherwise, but I'm pretty sure that was the end of his catching career because he had ACL surgery the following offseason when he tore his ACL. So you have Wilson Bediment in there, who was actually acquired at the trade deadline. I couldn't find if this was his first game with the Tigers, but it was pretty close to when he was acquired, and he hit a home run, which I believe was his first home run with the Tigers. So he was a guy who was there for 2.5 months, but still cool little factoid with that. And then the lineup card I have is the one that was in the Angels dugout. So they have one in each dugout, and it's signed by Mike Scioscia, so that's pretty cool. I don't have anything signed by Mike Scioscia in my collection, but that's just kind of a nice little bonus. I always thought that he was a pretty solid manager. I know that some people didn't like him, but with his tenure of the Angels, I think it's kind of hard to deny that he was doing something right for at least some period of time. So this is just a really awesome piece. The details in it is really cool as well. So let me try to zoom it in on you. You can see below the positions on like the Tigers side. It will show you obviously who's a left-handed, who's a right-handed, who's a switch hitter. So the guys who are highlighted in red on their numbers, those were the switch hitters. You can see Brennan Bosch is in a little bit of a different color at the top. He was the only true left-handed hitter who was in the Tigers lineup that day. Actually, Don Kelly was as well. I'm not sure why he's not highlighted in red. I don't remember him being a switch hitter. But you can see there's a little thing in pencil written below their position, and it shows you who you would pitch against them if you need a pitching change. So Cabrera's is really interesting because it has LHP, so a left-handed pitcher. Now normally the lefty-righty matchup, you want to get basically the same guy on both sides. If you have a lefty at the plate, you want to bring in a left-handed pitcher because statistically the odds would be in your favor for getting him out. Cabrera actually had better splits against right-handed hitters. He has throughout his entire career. It's not by much. He hits about 4 points higher on his average. But especially in 2011, I was going back to look it up. His splits were actually much better against righties than lefties. So it's kind of interesting that they would actually look to bring in a left-hander to face Cabrera out of the bullpen rather than a right-hander, unless they had someone who was particularly good against Cabrera career-wise. So you can see there, like Victor Martinez, who was a pretty even hitter, I believe, that year. It was his first year at the Tigers. For both lefty and righty splits, he doesn't really have one. There's like a little R written up there. Carlos Guillen kind of has the same thing. He was a pretty even hitter on both sides of the plate, so they just preferred to have them hit from the left side in general is what it seems to be. But just really awesome to have all this and see like all the names crossed out. This was a game that was an offensive war. It was like a 12-7 game, so you can see there's a lot of names crossed out on the pitching side of things. I kind of actually like that Trout didn't get in the game because his name isn't crossed out there, so you can see, of course, it would have been written up here somewhere where he made his replacement. Probably it would be for Borges or one of the outfielders as a defensive replacement, although Borges was pretty good at center field. But yeah, just a really awesome piece to add to my Tigers/Cabrera super collection. I couldn't pass it up when I saw it at the card shop. So I got to thank Sean for his joke on Saturday, because if he didn't make that joke, I don't think I would have seen this. So that is my big pickup today. Super happy to add this into the collection. I got to find a space on the wall for it. I think I'll probably hang it up over by my bat rack, which would be over there. But appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think of today's pickup down below, and I'll be sure to see you guys later in the week for the card show recap and then some Miggy stuff. I got some good stuff to show you this week, so I will see you guys then. Take care.